First contact. The day the Veloxians arrived was like any other in New York City, bustling, noisy, and full of life. That is, until the massive ship appeared in the sky, casting a shadow over Central Park and bringing the city to a stunned standstill. Dr. Alex Chen, lead xenobiologist for the United Earth government, stood on the roof of the UN building, heart racing as she watched the sleek silver craft descend. Years of training hadn't prepared her for this moment, humanity's first contact with an alien species. As the ship touched down, a hush fell over the gathered crowd. World leaders, scientists, and curious onlookers alike held their breath. With a soft hiss, a door materialized in the seamless hull. Alex straightened her jacket, acutely aware that she'd be among the first humans to greet these visitors from the stars. She'd been chosen for her brilliant mind and calm demeanor, but right now, she felt anything but calm. The first figure to emerge was tall and slender, with iridescent blue skin that seemed to shimmer in the sunlight. Its large, almond-shaped eyes scanned the crowd, four-fingered hands raised in what appeared to be a gesture of peace. But it was the second figure that truly captured everyone's attention. Slightly taller than the first, with a regal bearing that commanded respect, this being wore an intricate headpiece that pulsed with soft light. Alex knew instinctively that this must be their leader. "Greetings, people of Earth," the leader spoke, her voice melodious and clear. "I am Queen Zara of the Veloxian Empire. We come in peace and with great curiosity about your world." Alex stepped forward, her training kicking in. "Welcome to Earth, Queen Zara. I'm Dr. Alex Chen, representing the United Earth government. We're honored by your visit." Queen Zara's gaze locked onto Alex, and the human felt a strange tingle run down her spine. There was something in those alien eyes, a depth of intelligence, yes, but also a burning curiosity that seemed almost hungry. "Dr. Chen," Zara said, her head tilting slightly. "I look forward to learning much from you and your kind. Our studies of your transmissions have revealed a species unlike any we've encountered before." As formalities were exchanged and the delegation was led into the UN building, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning of something monumental. She had no idea how right she was. Over the next few days, as Earth's leaders negotiated with the Veloxians, Alex found herself spending more and more time with Queen Zara. The alien monarch seemed fascinated by every aspect of human life, but there was one topic she returned to again and again: human relationships. "Your species forms such strong bonds," Zara mused one evening as they walked through a quiet garden, "not just for reproduction, but for companionship. Love, these are concepts we struggle to understand." Alex nodded, trying to find the right words to explain. "Yes, love is a fundamental part of human experience. It drives us, inspires us, sometimes even destroys us, but it's what makes us human." Zara's brow furrowed, the lights in her headpiece pulsing faster. "But how do you control it? How do you prevent it from interfering with logic, with duty?" "We don't," Alex said simply. "That's the point. Love isn't something to be controlled. It's something to be experienced, embraced." The Queen was silent for a long moment, her alien features unreadable. Then, to Alex's surprise, she asked a question that would change everything. "Dr. Chen, what is mating like for your species?" Alex felt her cheeks flush. She'd discussed human reproduction in clinical terms before, but something in Zara's tone made this feel different, more personal. "Well," she began, choosing her words carefully, "mating, or sex, as we often call it, is about more than just reproduction for humans. It's a way of expressing love, desire, connection. It's physical, yes, but also emotional and even spiritual for some." Zara's eyes widened. Fascinating. For Veloxians, reproduction is a purely biological process, clinical, efficient, but you're saying that for humans, it's pleasurable, emotional. Alex nodded, feeling oddly vulnerable under the alien queen's intense gaze. "Yes, it can be one of the most profound ways two people can connect." "I see," Zara said softly. And have you experienced this connection, Dr. Chen? The question caught Alex off guard. She thought of past relationships, of nights filled with passion and mornings warm with affection. I have, she admitted, though it's been a while. Something flickered in Zara's eyes, understanding. Envy. Before Alex could decipher it, the Queen spoke again. I find myself increasingly fascinated by your species, Dr. Chen. Your capacity for emotion, for connection, it's so alien to us. And yet, I can't help but wonder if we Viloxians are missing something vital. As they continued their walk, the conversation turning to other topics, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted between them. Queen Zara's curiosity about human relationships seemed to go beyond mere scientific interest. There was a longing there, a desire to understand, and perhaps even experience, the depths of human emotion. Little did Alex know that this conversation was just the beginning. In the days to come, her relationship with the alien queen would deepen in ways she never could have imagined, challenging both their species' preconceptions and potentially changing the course of interstellar relations forever. As the first week of the Viloxian visit drew to a close, tensions were running high among Earth's leaders. While many saw the aliens' arrival as an opportunity for advancement and cooperation, others feared hidden motives or unintended consequences of closer ties. Alex found herself caught in the middle, serving as both a scientific expert and an unofficial liaison between Queen Zara and the human delegation. It was a role that brought both excitement and stress, pushing her diplomatic and interpersonal skills to their limits. One particularly heated meeting left Alex feeling drained. As she slipped out of the conference room for some air, she was surprised to find Queen Zara waiting in the hallway. Dr. Chen, the alien monarch said, her voice tinged with concern. You seem troubled. Alex sighed, running a hand through her hair. It's just complicated. Some of our leaders are struggling to trust your intentions. They fear what they don't understand. Zara nodded, her expression thoughtful. A common trait among sapient species, it seems. Fear of the unknown. She paused, then added softly, I confess, I too have found myself grappling with unfamiliar emotions since arriving on your world. Intrigued, Alex leaned against the wall, giving the Queen her full attention. What do you mean? Your people, your culture, you feel so much, so deeply. It's overwhelming at times. Exhilarating, but also frightening. Zara's gaze met Alex's, and there was a vulnerability there that the human hadn't seen before. I find myself experiencing sensations I cannot name, desires I do not fully understand. Alex felt her heart rate quicken. The intensity in Zara's eyes was unmistakable, and she realized with a start that the alien queen's fascination with human emotion might be more personal than she'd initially thought. Zara, she said softly, dropping the formal title for the first time. It's okay to feel confused. Emotions aren't always logical. They're messy and complicated, but they're also what make life rich and meaningful. The Queen stepped closer, her iridescent skin shimmering in the low light. And if those emotions, those desires, were directed towards a specific individual, someone from a different species entirely? Alex's breath caught in her throat. Was Zara implying what she thought she was? The air between them seemed to crackle with tension, possibilities both thrilling and terrifying stretching out before them. Before Alex could formulate a response, the conference room door burst open. A flustered aide rushed out, stopping short when he saw them. Dr. Chen, Queen Zara, we need you both back inside immediately. There's been a development. The moment shattered. Alex and Zara exchanged a look that spoke volumes before following the aide back into the room. Whatever had just passed between them would have to wait. The fate of two worlds hung in the balance, and duty called. As they re-entered the conference room, Alex couldn't help but wonder. In opening themselves up to interstellar relations, had humanity stumbled upon something far more profound than they'd ever imagined? And what would it mean for both their species if the alien queen herself was developing feelings that went beyond mere scientific curiosity? The answers to these questions would have to wait. For now, there were diplomatic fires to put out and bridges to build between two vastly different civilizations. But as Alex took her seat at the table, stealing one last glance at Queen Zara, she knew that their journey together was far from over. In fact, it was only just beginning. The emotional experiment. The Viloxian mothership hovered above New York, its crystalline structure refracting sunlight in mesmerizing patterns. Inside, Queen Zara paced her private chambers, her iridescent skin flickering with uncertainty. The past week's events had shaken her to her core, challenging everything she thought she knew about interspecies relations and herself. "Computer," she called out, her melodious voice tinged with frustration, "replay my latest interaction with Dr. Chen." A holographic screen materialized, showing Alex's warm smile as she explained yet another human concept. Zara felt an unfamiliar flutter in her chest. Was this what humans called butterflies? Meanwhile, in her apartment across the city, Alex Chen tossed and turned, sleep eluding her. The alien queen's words echoed in her mind. What if those emotions, those desires, were directed towards someone from a different species entirely? Alex sat up, running her hands through her disheveled hair. "What am I thinking?" she muttered. "She's an alien queen, for crying out loud. This is insane." But she couldn't deny the connection she felt with Zara. It transcended mere scientific curiosity or diplomatic politeness. There was something deeper brewing, something that both thrilled and terrified her. The next morning, as world leaders gathered for another round of negotiations, Alex and Zara found themselves alone in a secluded garden terrace. The air was thick with unspoken tension. "Dr. Chen," Zara began, her voice uncharacteristically hesitant, "I've been conducting extensive research on human mating rituals and emotional bonding. It's fascinating." Alex raised an eyebrow, a smirk playing at her lips. "Oh, and what have you learned, Your Majesty?" Zora's skin shimmered, a telltale sign of Viloxian embarrassment. "Your species places great importance on physical attraction, shared interests, and emotional compatibility. You engage in elaborate courtship rituals before mating." "That's one way to put it," Alex chuckled. "But it's more than just a series of steps to follow. It's about connection, spontaneity, letting yourself be vulnerable with another person." The alien queen's eyes widened. "Vulnerability, but isn't that dangerous?" Alex stepped closer, her heart racing. "Sometimes the greatest rewards come from taking risks, Zara." In that moment, something shifted between them. The air crackled with possibility. Zara took a deep breath, her voice barely above a whisper. "Alex, I have a proposal. In the interest of fostering better understanding between our species, would you be willing to engage in a cultural exchange experiment?" Alex's pulse quickened. "What kind of experiment?" "I want to experience human courtship rituals firsthand. With you, if you're amenable. For science, of course," Zara added hastily. 1,000 thoughts raced through Alex's mind. The ethical implications, the potential diplomatic fallout, the sheer impossibility of it all. But overriding everything was a simple truth: she wanted this too. "For science," Alex echoed, a smile tugging at her lips. "All right, Your Majesty, you're on. But we do this my way. No royal treatment, no diplomatic immunity. Just two people getting to know each other." Zara's skin glowed with excitement. "Agreed. Where do we start?" And so began the most unusual courtship in human and Viloxian history. Over the next few weeks, Alex introduced Zara to the quintessential human dating experience. They shared coffee in cozy cafes, strolled through Central Park hand in hand, Zara marveling at the sensation of interlocked fingers, and even attempted a disastrous but hilarious cooking lesson in Alex's tiny kitchen. Each new experience brought them closer, breaking down barriers neither had realized existed. Zara found herself laughing more freely, her usually composed demeanor cracking to reveal a playful, curious soul beneath. Alex, in turn, rediscovered the joy of seeing the world through fresh eyes. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Cultural misunderstandings led to both comedic and tense moments. During a movie night, Zara was horrified by the depiction of aliens in Independence Day, leading to a long discussion about human fears and storytelling traditions. A well-meaning compliment from Zara about Alex's efficiently designed musculature nearly derailed a romantic dinner. Through it all, they talked. About their worlds, their dreams, their fears. Zara spoke of the loneliness of leadership, the weight of responsibility she'd carried since ascending to the throne. Alex shared her own struggles, the pressure of representing humanity to an alien species, the fear of making a mistake that could doom interstellar relations. As their experiment progressed, both Zara and Alex found themselves grappling with unexpected emotions. The lines between diplomatic duty, scientific curiosity, and genuine affection blurred. One evening, as they watched the sunset from the top of the Empire State Building, Zara turned to Alex, her expression serious. "Alex, I need to confess something," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "These past weeks have been transformative. I've experienced emotions I never knew existed. Joy, excitement, even jealousy when that waiter flirted with you." She paused, gathering courage. I think I'm falling in love with you." Alex's heart soared, even as her mind raced with the implications. "Zara, I feel the same way. But what does this mean? For us, for our peoples?" Before Zara could respond, both their communicators buzzed urgently. A crisis was unfolding back at the UN. Their moment of truth would have to wait. As they rushed to deal with the latest diplomatic fire, both women knew that nothing would ever be the same. They had embarked on this journey for the sake of science and diplomacy, but somewhere along the way, it had become about so much more. The question now was, could love truly conquer all, even when all included interstellar politics, biological differences, and the weight of two civilizations' futures resting on their shoulders? As they stepped into the chaos of the emergency meeting, Alex and Zara exchanged a look that spoke volumes. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. For in each other, they had found something neither had been looking for, but both now realized they desperately needed: a partner, a confidant, and a bridge between two worlds. The fate of human-Viloxian relations hung in the balance, but for Alex and Zara, the most important discovery had already been made: the universal power of love, cosmic crisis, and human ingenuity. The Viloxian mothership's alarms blared, bathing the corridors in pulsating red light. Queen Zara burst into the command center, her usual composure shattered by panic. "Report," she demanded, her skin flickering with anxiety. Her chief scientist, Vex, looked up from a holographic display, his four eyes blinking rapidly. "Your Majesty, we detected a massive solar flare from Earth's sun. It's unlike anything we've ever encountered." Alex Chen rushed in moments later, her hair disheveled from sleep. "Zara, what's happening? Our systems are going haywire." The alien queen turned to her human partner, fear evident in her luminescent eyes. "Alex, your sun, it's behaving erratically. The solar flare it's producing could devastate both our worlds." As if on cue, the ship shuddered violently. Outside, the sky blazed with unnatural auroras, casting an eerie glow over New York City. "We need to act fast," Alex said, her mind racing. This kind of solar activity could fry every electronic system on Earth, not to mention what it could do to your ships. Zara nodded grimly. "Our shielding technology is advanced, but even it has limits. We need a solution, and quickly." What followed was a frantic brainstorming session unlike any in human or Viloxian history. Scientists from both species huddled around displays, trading incomprehensible jargon and wild theories. The fate of two civilizations hung in the balance. Amidst the chaos, Alex's eyes lit up. "Wait a second. Zara, you mentioned your ships use quantum entanglement for communication, right?" The Queen nodded, puzzled. "Yes. But how does that help us now?" Alex grinned, the spark of an idea igniting into a flame. What if we could use that principle to create a massive energy deflector, something that could redirect the solar flare's energy? Vex chittered excitedly. Theoretically possible, but we'd need an enormous power source and a way to distribute the deflector field across both planets. The power source. What about the Earth's core? Alex suggested, her words tumbling out faster than she could process them. If we could tap into the geothermal energy combined with your ship's reactors. What followed was a frantic brainstorming session unlike any in human or Viloxian history. Scientists from both species huddled around displays, trading incomprehensible jargon and wild theories. The fate of two civilizations hung in the balance. Amidst the chaos, Alex's eyes lit up. Wait a second. Zara, you mentioned your ships use quantum entanglement for communication, right? The Queen nodded, puzzled. Yes, but how does that help us now? Alex grinned, the spark of an idea igniting into a flame. What if we could use that principle to create a massive energy deflector, something that could redirect the solar flare's energy? Vex chittered excitedly. Theoretically possible, but we'd need an enormous power source and a way to distribute the deflector field across both planets. The power source. What about the Earth's core? Alex suggested, her words tumbling out faster than she could process them. If we could tap into the geothermal energy combined with your ship's reactors, Zara's eyes widened, and we could use our orbital platforms as distribution nodes. Alex, you're a genius. What happened next was a whirlwind of activity that would go down in the annals of both human and Viloxian history. As the solar flare approached, teams of scientists and engineers from both species worked tirelessly to bring their desperate plan to life. Viloxian ships darted across the globe, deploying advanced technology at key points. Human nuclear submarines were repurposed into makeshift geothermal taps. The mothership itself became the central hub of the most ambitious engineering project ever attempted. As the deadline loomed, Alex and Zara found themselves in the heart of the operation, coordinating efforts and making split-second decisions. The pressure was immense, but in each other's presence, they found strength and clarity. Deflector grid at 60% capacity, Vex announced, his voice strained. We need more power. Alex turned to Zara, a crazy idea forming. What if we channel the energy from the flare itself, use its own power against it? The alien queen's eyes sparkled with admiration. Brilliant and risky. Just like you, my love. Let's do it. With mere minutes to spare, they recalibrated the entire system. The sky burned brighter than ever as the solar flare made contact with Earth's atmosphere. For a heart-stopping moment, it seemed like all was lost. Then, miraculously, the impossible happened. The deflector grid sprang to life, fueled by the very force it was designed to repel. A shimmering barrier enveloped both Earth and the Viloxian fleet, turning the deadly solar energy into a spectacular light show. As the danger passed, shears erupted across every command center, every ship, every nation on Earth. Humans and Viloxians alike celebrated their shared victory, the lines between their species blurring in the face of their combined achievement. In the aftermath, as the adrenaline wore off, Alex and Zara found a quiet moment alone. They stood on the observation deck of the mothership, Earth gleaming blue and green below them. We did it, Alex breathed, still scarcely able to believe it. We actually did it. Zara took her hand, intertwining their fingers in the way she'd grown to love. We did. Our peoples, working together, achieved the impossible. She paused, her gaze softening as she looked at Alex. But I've realized something even more important. Oh. Alex raised an eyebrow, a smile playing at her lips. And what's that, Your Majesty? That love, this human emotion I once found so baffling, is the most powerful force in the universe, Zara said softly. It brought us together, across the stars. It gave us the strength to save two worlds. Alex felt tears welling up in her eyes. Zara, But before she could finish, the alien queen pulled her close, pressing their foreheads together in the traditional Viloxian gesture of deepest affection. "I love you, Alex Chen. Not for science, not for diplomacy, but for you." As their lips met in a kiss that bridged galaxies, both women knew that this was just the beginning. They had faced down a cosmic threat and emerged victorious. Whatever challenges lay ahead, be they diplomatic, cultural, or even interstellar, they would face them together. For in each other, they had found not just love, but a partnership that transcended species, a bond that could reshape the very fabric of the universe. As Earth and Vilox entered a new era of cooperation and shared discovery, Alex and Zara stood at the forefront, living proof that the greatest power in any galaxy was the capacity to love, to dream, and to reach for the stars together. Galactic Harmony, the Viloxian Human Alliance. The United Nations General Assembly buzzed with excitement, a sea of faces both human and alien filling the historic chamber. At the podium stood an unlikely pair, Dr. Alex Chen, now Earth's ambassador to the Viloxian Empire, and Queen Zara, her iridescent skin shimmering under the bright lights. "Today," Alex began, her voice carrying across the hushed room, "we stand on the precipice of a new era. The Viloxian Human Alliance is more than just a treaty. It's a testament to the power of understanding, cooperation, and yes, love." Zara stepped forward, her regal bearing softened by a warm smile. "Our two species, once separated by vast stretches of space, have found in each other not just allies, but family. Today we invite you all to join us in an unprecedented venture, the first ever intergalactic cultural exchange program." The announcement was met with thunderous applause. Screens around the chamber lit up, showcasing the ambitious plans. The Stardust Academy, a joint educational institution orbiting Earth, where humans and Viloxians could study together, exchanging knowledge across disciplines. The Cosmic Cuisine Initiative, a program to blend Earth and Viloxian gastronomy, creating entirely new flavors and nutritional profiles. The Harmony Habitats, experimental communities on both Earth and Vilox, where volunteers from both species would live together, fostering deep cultural understanding. The Galactic Olympics, a friendly competition showcasing the unique physical abilities of both species, broadcast across two worlds. The Interstellar Arts Collective, a massive undertaking to translate, adapt, and share the artistic treasures of both civilizations. As Alex and Zara outlined each initiative, the excitement in the room grew palpable. This wasn't just diplomacy. It was a revolution in interspecies relations. But not everyone was thrilled. In the back of the chamber, a small group of human protesters held signs decrying alien influence. Outside, conspiracy theorists ranted about lizard people and mind control. Alex and Zara were well aware of these challenges. They'd faced skepticism, hatred, and outright threats since their relationship became public. But they'd also witnessed incredible acts of acceptance and love. As the presentation concluded, a young human girl approached the podium, her eyes wide with wonder. "Miss Alex, Queen Zara," she said, her voice trembling slightly, "I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to build bridges between worlds." Zara knelt down, her eyes level with the child's. "Little one, you already are. Every time you open your heart to someone different from you, you're building those bridges." The moment, captured on countless cameras, would become iconic, a symbol of the hope and potential of this new alliance. Later that evening, as celebrations raged across both planets, Alex and Zara retreated to their private quarters aboard the Viloxian mothership. The view of Earth from orbit never failed to take Alex's breath away. "It's really happening," she mused, leaning into Zara's embrace. "Sometimes I still can't believe it." Zara nuzzled her neck, a gesture she'd adopted from human affection rituals. "Believe it, my love. We're writing the future, one step at a time." But their moment of peace was short-lived. An urgent communication came through. There was trouble at one of the new Harmony habitats. A group of human extremists had breached security, threatening the Viloxian residents. Without hesitation, Alex and Zara sprang into action. They boarded a sleek shuttle, racing towards the crisis. As they approached, Alex's mind raced with possibilities. How could they defuse this situation without violence? How could they turn this potential disaster into an opportunity for greater understanding? Zara sensed her partner's turmoil and squeezed her hand. "Together," she said simply. "We'll face this together." As they landed, ready to confront whatever challenges awaited them, both women knew that this was just another test of their love, their alliance, and their shared vision for a united galaxy. The Viloxian-Human alliance faced its first major hurdle, but with Alex and Zara at the helm, there was hope. For they had already achieved the impossible once, bringing two vastly different species together in love and understanding. Whatever came next, they would meet it head-on, armed with the most powerful force in the universe, the ability to see beyond differences and connect heart to heart. As they stepped off the shuttle, hand in hand, Alex and Zara embodied the very essence of their alliance, proof that love, in all its forms, could indeed conquer the stars. Cosmic convergence, the galactic gala, the harmony sphere, a massive space station orbiting at the midpoint between Earth and Vilox, glittered like a jewel against the backdrop of stars. Tonight, it played host to the most ambitious event in interstellar history, the Galactic Gala. Alex adjusted her outfit, a stunning fusion of human haute couture and Viloxian bioluminescent fabric. Beside her, Zara's skin shimmered with excitement, her royal headpiece pulsing in sync with the ambient music. Ready to make history again, Alex grinned, offering her arm to her partner. Zara's eyes sparkled. "With you, always." As they entered the grand hall, a hush fell over the assembled dignitaries. Humans in sleek tuxedos mingled with Viloxians in their ethereal, ever-shifting garments. Holographic displays showcased the wonders of both worlds, from Earth's natural beauty to Vilox's impossible architecture. But the true star of the show was yet to come. Alex tapped her glass, the sound resonating through the advanced acoustics. "Esteemed guests, representatives of Earth and Vilox, we welcome you to the dawn of a new era." Zara continued, her melodic voice carrying easily. "Tonight, we unveil a project that will redefine our understanding of the universe and our place in it." With a dramatic flourish, the center of the hall transformed. A massive hologram sprang to life, showcasing a breathtaking sight, a stellar nursery, vibrant with newborn stars and swirling cosmic dust. "Behold," Alex announced, "the Cosmic Cradle Initiative." The crowd gasped as the implications sank in. This wasn't just an observational project, it was an ambitious plan to witness, and perhaps even influence, the birth of new solar systems. Zara elaborated, her excitement palpable. "By combining Viloxian quantum technology with human ingenuity, we've developed a way to safely observe and interact with stellar formation processes. Imagine nurturing the very stars themselves." The potential was staggering. Not only would this advance astrophysics by leaps and bounds, but it also opened up possibilities for future colonization, resource management, and deeper understanding of cosmic evolution. As Alex and Zara outlined the project, highlighting the unprecedented level of cooperation between their species, the excitement in the room grew. Scientists from both worlds were already forming impromptu discussion groups, scribbling equations on napkins and gesticulating wildly. But the night wasn't all serious science. As the formal presentations concluded, the gala transformed into a true celebration of interspecies harmony. The dance floor came alive with a mix of human and Viloxian music, a pulsing, otherworldly beat that seemed to resonate on a cellular level. Alex led Zara in a waltz, their movements fluid and synchronized, while nearby a group of Viloxians attempted the Macarena with hilarious results. At the buffet, culinary fusion reached new heights. Alef's sushi met Viloxian bioluminescent algae, creating dishes that not only tantalized the taste buds but put on a light show with every bite. A Viloxian delicacy, something akin to living crystals that hummed with flavor, proved surprisingly popular among the human guests. As the night wore on, inhibitions lowered and cultural barriers melted away. A human DJ and a Viloxian sound weaver engaged in an impromptu musical duel that had the whole station vibrating. Diplomats who once eyed each other warily now swapped stories and jokes, finding common ground in the universal language of laughter. In a quiet corner, away from the festivities, Alex and Zara shared a moment of reflection. "Did you ever imagine this?" Alex asked, gesturing to the joyous scene before them. "When we first met, did you think we'd end up here?" Zara's skin rippled with affection. "Honestly? No, you humans constantly surprise me. Just when I think I understand you, you show me something new, something wonderful." Alex leaned in, resting her forehead against Zara's in the Viloxian gesture of intimacy they'd both come to cherish. "We surprise ourselves sometimes, but that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The unknown, the potential for growth and discovery." Their moment was interrupted by a commotion on the dance floor. They turned to see a young human scientist and a Viloxian researcher locked in an enthusiastic debate, surrounded by a growing crowd. No, you're not accounting for quantum fluctuations in the stellar core," the human insisted. The Viloxian's skin flickered rapidly, their equivalent of excited gesticulation. "But what about the tachyon field interactions? We can't ignore those." Before the debate could escalate, Alex and Zara exchanged a look and stepped in. "Why don't we combine your theories?" Alex suggested, "human quantum models with Viloxian tachyon field analysis." The two researchers blinked, then broke into grins, or the Viloxian equivalent. That's brilliant," they exclaimed in unison. As the impromptu collaboration began, drawing in more scientists from both species, Alex and Zara shed a proud smile. This was what it was all about, bringing together diverse perspectives to create something greater than the sum of its parts. The gala continued late into the night, a swirling celebration of unity, discovery, and possibility. As the event wound down, Alex and Zara found themselves back on the observation deck, Earth and Vilox visible as distant points of light. "So," Alex said, a mischievous glint in her eye, "ready for our next adventure?" Zara pulled her close, their bodies fitting together perfectly despite their alien anatomies. "My dear Alex, with you by my side, I'm ready for anything the universe might throw our way." As their lips met in a kiss that bridged galaxies, both women knew that this was just the beginning. The Cosmic Cradle Initiative, the Galactic Gala, these were just the first steps on a journey that would reshape the very fabric of the cosmos. For in their love, in the alliance between their peoples, they had discovered a power greater than any technology, any scientific breakthrough. They had found the key to unlocking the true potential of life itself, the ability to connect, to understand, to grow beyond the limitations of one's own perspective. As the Harmony Sphere continued its eternal dance between worlds, Alex and Zara stood at the threshold of a new cosmic age. An age of wonder, of discovery, and of a love that truly knew no bounds. The universe, vast and mysterious, seemed to pulse with possibility. And at the heart of it all, a human and an alien held each other close, their heartbeats synchronized, their spirits intertwined, a living embodiment of the harmony they sought to bring to the stars.